So we just came back from dinner, and this is probably not like the night that I imagined we would be filming the first episode of season 2.
I definitely didn't think this would be the night.
But we're just kind of like, it's about time that we film it. We kept putting it off because we felt this like feeling of like let's make sure that it's the perfect moment. But there's no perfect moment.
Right. No, there's no perfect moment. And just to say that, it's literally, I think it's like midnight right now.
It's about to be midnight on a Sunday night.
On a Sunday night. And
Like,
people got jobs.
We got jobs.
So it's like you're going to work tomorrow morning. I don't know. I feel like for me, when I think about just like recording the first podcast episode, I thought we would do it on like a Wednesday night. Like a Wednesday afternoon or something.
Yeah, or even like a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're fresh in the mind. You're ready to go.
Yeah, but today was a good day.
Yeah, today was a good day.
And it was my birthday, if you didn't know. And I don't know, today I kind of felt like it wasn't like a traditional birthday. I don't even know what that means, like a traditional birthday.
We'll talk all about that.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I just wanted to be by myself today. And it wasn't because, like, I didn't want to be with you. It wasn't because I didn't want to see any of my friends. But you know how sometimes you just want to, like, just reflect on, like, your life or kind of, like, what you want to do. So this is what I was on today.
Okay.
Like, as soon as I woke up, I knew exactly where I wanted to go.
Okay, and where did you end up going?
If you live in Seattle, I went to, I don't know if it's Kiri Park or Cary Park.
I don't know. You said Kiri Park earlier today, and I was like, you mean Cary Park, right? It's definitely Cary Park.
Okay, I don't know why I always...
It's spelled like Cary, like the name Cary.
Yeah, I don't know why I said Kiri.
I don't know why I said Kiri either.
Almost sounds like Kiwi. But anyway, so as soon as I woke up, I was like, you know, this is where I want to go today. Low-key, I was thinking by myself already. Without really knowing that maybe you kind of had something to do. Or
I had a whole thing that I had to do today. And I felt kind of bad because I know it's like your birthday. And I just feel like we're not very traditional. Like if there's a thing happening, like an event in your life, we tend to be more low-key about it. As long as we, at some point in the day, spend time together.
What do you mean event in...
Like I feel like even during like my graduation or like for our anniversary, like we're not the type of people to do like some crazy shit for our anniversary or for like that type of like life event or for our birthday. Like my birthday, what did I do for my birthday? I think I like baked a cake. That's like the thing that I did that I wanted to do. And then for your birthday today, you wanted to like kind of reflect and like do your own mindfulness thing, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't think we're big on like other people's coming and celebrating the life event with us.
You know why?
Why?
I feel like for me, well, first of all, I want to talk about how there is this I don't want to call it pressure necessarily for birthdays.
100% pressure.
Yeah, it kind of is pressure, but it's like it's your birthday and everyone like the week leading up to your birthday.
Yeah.
Everyone is like, so what are you going to be doing on your birthday?
Yeah. Or it's like the day before or the day of.
Or like, what are you doing? Do you have plans? And I'm just like, I haven't even thought about that yet.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, there's also so much going on. Yeah. Especially around like, I think because your birthday is in December, there's all these other things going on. There's the holidays, there's like Thanksgiving, then there's Christmas and all that stuff. And then there's like winter break. Everyone's like hustling before you go off to like not be working.
I think December is not a really fair time to have a birthday. Let me explain why.
Okay. Wait, before we get more into that, I think we need to talk about the elephant in the room a little bit.
Oh,
we can't. I feel like we can't just be like out here talking. Like we didn't stop recording.
That's true.
We didn't have a break from the podcast.
We took a long break.
We took a long ass break from the pod.
Longer than we actually planned to, I would say.
And that's why we're recording on a Sunday night at midnight.
And
it's basically Monday morning.
Yeah, it's basically Monday morning. And low key, I feel like we don't have to like whisper, but you guys already know.
You're
like,
low key whispering right now.
Am I?
Yeah. I apologize for the amount of times I'm going to say low key. It's my replacer for saying like a lot. I'm trying really hard to not have those types of like
Yeah.
word things.
Yeah.
But when you have a podcast, since you have to like be just constantly talking,
You notice every single little thing.
yeah, and you slowly start to like have those verbal
Yeah.
habits that are not great. So I apologize in advance if you're like, yo, this Gen Zer, can they stop saying low key?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's fine. Everybody understands. Everybody
Yeah.
talks like
Yeah.
that. But anyway, so
Welcome
welcome to the What's the Juice podcast.
with Alia, and
My name is Yoni Kodo. I always say my last name. I have to.
I said my name. I said with Alia,
And I'm like,
Yoni's like
and my name
with
is
Yoni.
No, but this is something that we've been really, really excited for.
Y'all,
And
we've been working on this for
it feels like,
like
a
6
full-time-
months.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably, I don't know how much longer, like how long it's been. I didn't really keep track, but
At least 4 months, I want to say.
probably more than that.
Yeah.
We've been like talking about the rebrand and talking about what we want to do, what we want it to be called.
Yeah.
We've been trying to figure this out for a very long time. And I feel like we should talk about why we changed it, because we wanted to do this whole thing of like being a little bit secretive
I don't know
and
why I
making it seem like we're launching like a new iPhone.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, someone DM me, they were like, okay, I get it, but you guys make it seem like you guys are like dropping a new reality show or like a new season.
a new
or something."
album.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of art.
I mean, yeah.
And it's also just, it's about like tapping into certain like subcultures in social media of like, there's this whole thing about when a new album is coming out from like your favorite artist, and they do the whole thing of like, they delete their whole Instagram page.
Yo,
and
you
then
know-
they do like the like one post, and it's like tonight,
You know who loves to do that?
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
Yeah.
He does that, but like the best way.
Mm.
Anytime he's like, he loves teasers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like anytime he has like a new album,
Yeah.
he deletes everything off his page. That's low key. That's kind of like a way to know he's about to drop some new shit.
Yeah. So, but I don't think he's the only one. I feel like Drake does that too.
No, he doesn't do
But
that.
he does do the tonight thing.
Okay,
I feel like all artists do that.
okay, he does tonight because I feel like Drake is the type of artist he doesn't necessarily need to like give a date that's like far out, you know? He can
Right.
just say, like Beyonce, for example, she can have an album coming out tomorrow. Nobody will
Yeah.
know.
Rihanna, when she dropped that like last song,
Yeah.
that was also kind of like.
But anyway, so we did it just to, I don't know why, but I thought it was just a good idea. And The Weeknd is my favorite artist.
And
so
we also just had fun with it.
yeah.
You know, like it's like we're so excited about it that we wanted to like make everyone else excited about it.
Yeah. The joke,
and-
the joke at the last episode of
Yeah.
last season.
If this is not your first episode, you're listening to this, and you are an OG of the Pillow Talk podcast,
It feels weird saying that now.
it does feel weird. Even though I do find myself saying Pillow Talk instead of What's the Juice.
Yeah, I said that today, and I get mad at myself every time I say it.
Yeah, you're like, no.
It's like the Pillow Talk podcast. It's like, because it's so second nature now.
Yeah, but What's the Juice feels. I think we need to talk about why we called it What's
Yeah,
the Juice.
yeah.
I think you came up with the name.
I came up with the name, What's the Juice? And I can't remember if, I don't know where, like nothing sparked it. Nothing like inspired me to call it that. I think
I don't know.
I think it was from like What's the Tea, right? So like
Yeah.
everybody knows the saying, What's the tea? So if you want to talk about like drama, shit like that.
Yeah.
But I just thought it would be cool to call it What's the Juice, because obviously we don't want to use a phrase that's like so known,
Yeah,
So-
exactly. And I think there's a lot of podcasts that also already use tea. And I think for us,
yeah.
like that's also like a little bit too trendy. Where like in a
'Cause
year from now, like the What's the Tea might not be as like popular as it is.
Yeah, and I get it why it's called What's the Tea, because when
Yeah,
you think
it's, like,
about
hot.
tea, you think about like
Piping hot.
just like what?
It's like piping hot.
Oh, okay. No, but I'm just saying, like, when you think about tea, you think about conversations, sitting down, just relaxing. And then juice was just something that I thought would be just a little bit fresher and just,
Yeah.
and it just sounded nice too.
It just sounds hella nice. Yeah. And it feels very on brand with like our energy and kind
Yeah.
of just like we don't take things too seriously.
Yeah.
So that's where the name came. But then the artwork itself, we worked with an incredible designer, and we really wanted to play off of that juice box, kind of like retro vibe of, being childlike with the juice box.
Yeah.
And the reason why there's two straws coming out of the juice box is because there's obviously two mics, two of us in the podcast. So that signifies, both of us just talking while we're also sipping on the juice, and the juice can signify, like the topic or the theme or whatever like flavor we're on this week. Or,
exactly.
Stuff like that.
So when you say what's the juice, that's like basically what's the topic of this episode?
Yeah, or like what's like the theme that you've had this week? What's like the thing that happened? What's the juice? What's the thing?
And also just like WTJ, like before coming out like with that name, I made sure that if we had to like just make it like 3 letters,
abbreviated it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, WTJ sounds...
Even though it low-key sounds like WTF.
Yeah.
And I sometimes meant to write WTJ, and I just wrote WTF.
Yeah, I did that. Especially like if you have like a autocorrect. Yeah, it does that a lot.
And a big debate for us while we were doing the rebrand is like what fruit... Because, it's like, okay, we're going to do the juice box flavor. So like what flavor of juice is it going to be? You kind of have to choose. You can't just be like, oh, it's going to be like a mystery flavor.
Yeah.
And we kind of went with like a lemonade flavor. As you can tell, there's like lemons. There's also strawberries in the artwork.
Yeah.
But it's mainly like lemon juice lemonade vibe, because I think all the other good fruit was taken. Like there's a lot of brands and stuff
Like
that have orange juice.
Something that I wanted to use was orange juice.
But it's really used.
It's like,
it is really juicy.
It's just the juiciest fruit
It's
you
like
can
you squeeze
find.
it and there's juice running down your elbows.
No, for real. And I don't know. I feel like lemon was something that is just different, and I haven't seen a lot.
Yeah, I also love.
I wanted
the
to
color.
do apple, but like when you think about apple, you don't really think it's because apples are not juicy.
Like even
unless
though you can make
apple
some
juice.
apple juice and it's really good, but it's like if you squeeze an apple, there isn't juice coming out of it. You know what I mean? Like an apple doesn't give me very juicy vibes.
Yeah.
And then lime felt a little bit more like tequila shot vibes.
Yeah. Tequila.
And then like who wants to drink like a lime juice thing?
Yeah.
So then lemonade made sense also, I think, because like what we love about our podcast, and what I think a lot of you guys love about our podcast, is that it's super honest, and it's built on honesty and being truthful and being frank about like all the topics that we end up talking about on the pod. So lemon comes in because it's like it's not super sweet, but you can make a bomb ass lemonade.
Yeah, that's true.
But in its nature, it's super sour.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what the truth is. The truth is, honestly, most of life gets a little bit sour when it comes to relationships, when it comes to different taboo topics.
Yeah, it's not always just like sweet
It's
and
not
perfect. Even like just the relationship that we have. Like,
yeah. I mean, I would say our relationship is pretty sweet.
No, like it is pretty sweet. But like sometimes we just get on each other's nerves.
We just bring in the sour.
Like just like some random stuff. Like we would like get mad at each other, I think. But I think it's normal.
Yeah, no, it's totally normal. But I love that there's like that little nuance.
Yeah, if
the pod.
Yeah, if you have a relationship and it's just perfect and there's nothing wrong ever, I always thought that there's someone in the relationship that's like maybe not really saying
what they're truly trying to say.
Yeah, because we're two different people. We have two different brains. There's no way that we can totally agree on everything.
But I still think that there's a way that you can like communicate to where even though you might disagree on something, you can still like make it work. I always think there's a way you can make it work. Yes. As long as you're not intentionally trying to be toxic.
Okay. But we have a great communication, right?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We talk literally about everything. As long as we can feel there's something a little weird.
Don't I get on your nerves sometimes?
Yeah, I do get on my nerves.
So
But actually, no, I don't even want to say you get on my nerves because I feel like that sounds very dramatic. I would say sometimes you just do things that are slightly annoying.
Okay, but I can definitely say the same for you also.
Yeah, I would say I'm very annoying.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But we have great communication. So
but I also think that even through annoyance, like we're not the type of people that we get in slightly off topic, guys.
What?
No, just what we're talking about right now. It's
it's not.
I mean, there isn't really a topic to this episode, but what I wanted to say is that like we also kind of have this agreement, or like not even like a spoken agreement, but we sort of anytime there's like something a little bit off or we're like kind of like bickering or whatever, there's never like, it's always like through all of the annoyance, I love you the same. Nothing changes. I don't love you any less in that moment.
Yeah.
Or like, no matter what happens, it's happening with you and you're my partner for life. So it's not like it's...
Yeah, no, you're stuck with me.
Yeah. But I don't know how to explain it. It's like, I would never be like, I'm going to walk out because like you're annoying and like I need a break from you or anything like that. Like, I don't know. I feel like I don't have the proper words for it. But through any type of little argument or anything like that, my love and respect for you and care for you doesn't diminish at all. That doesn't mean you're not annoying, because you are annoying, but it doesn't affect all of the other stuff that we have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point. I was going to say something. I don't think we ever had a disagreement. I think it happened.
No, we
once.
have had many disagreements.
It happened one time.
That what?
When we disagreed on something.
Okay.
And I think I was right in that situation. And then you were wrong.
I mean, we also love to be like, who's right and who's wrong. But anyways, yeah.
And I learned that from you, Loki.
Yeah. I definitely grew up in a household where being right was like the most important shit.
Yeah. But see, so not for me.
Yeah.
It's very different. So living together, which actually we should do like a whole episode about just like living together. I think we already did
one, but we could do an updated one.
Yeah, we should definitely update.
Yeah.
So what was I saying?
I do not know.
Oh, like I was talking about how when you live with someone,
yeah,
and they do like something that's annoying. Let's say, for example, the way you walk, for example, right?
Okay, yeah. I have hyperextended knees, and my weight falls into my heels more than I would say the average person, and
yes,
that's from dance.
But I didn't know that before moving in with you, right?
No, you didn't.
So then when we move in together,
I'd be walking like I'm 3 times your weight.
And then you walk and it's just like, do, 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 do. And I'm like, why are you walking like that? I didn't know.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, cool. This is something I just have to get used to, because it's not changing.
No, because I actually can't change it.
Like, no, I know. It's fine. I got used to it now.
Yeah.
But okay, so that's what I was saying. It happened one time when we went to bed mad at each other. And this is something that we really
this was
avoid
like
doing.
our first apartment, I think.
Yeah. We really like, no matter what we argue about, I never want to like go to bed.
That was the one time in like 4 years we've been together. You know that, right? In the 4 years we've been in this relationship, there was only one night that we went to sleep and we were like we weren't good. You know?
That was not a good feeling.
No, I cried. I was crying.
I didn't know you were crying until you told me.
Yeah,
like
I was
the next
like,
day.
I was like this, and I was like, you know?
Really?
Yeah. Also, wait,
you were like so quiet doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a
okay. So tell me
cry.
Tell me, why were you crying?
Because I was like, this is not what we are. This is not what we do. Like, we don't go to bed this way. And I knew in my heart, I was like, this. It was low key kind of disappointed that we're letting ourselves like sit in this shit.
Okay, I guess we don't have to like go back and forth about it. But yeah, so if you're
I don't even remember what the fuck we were mad at each other for.
I don't remember.
It was probably something very like.
Yeah, it was just something you did, and I was just like.
Oh, it was something I did.
No, it was something. I remember it was something you did.
It might have been.
And you just didn't want to like
admit to the fact that I was wrong. Yeah, that's still something that I'm working on.
So sometimes people just, you just like rather go to bed. I think it has to do with just like pride and just a little bit of ego. But everybody works with it. I have that too. Everybody has it. I don't have, low-key, I don't have that much.
Yeah, you don't have it as much as I do.
But yeah.
Yeah. I also want to mention that we are on video right now. So if you're listening to this in the way that you've been listening to the previous podcast, just on whatever app you're getting your podcast on, I want to mention that we're also on video, guys.
Yeah.
So you can watch
You can watch this happening right now.
You can watch our face talking into the mic. You can match the face to the voice.
I feel like it's going to be so weird for people to see me like in person, like in the flesh, just moving.
I think it's funny because like we had
because there's not a lot of video. You have YouTube, so you're always like on video, you know. But for me, it's like it's either like a mirror selfie.
Yeah.
Or,
I mean, you come in my YouTube videos sometimes, but then you're very particular. Like,
no, like
I always have to check in with you and be like, are you good with this scene? Are you good with this?
Yeah. Speaking of, I think it was, and this is something
it's the video that I'm like finishing up right now,
and I'm very mad about this. she recorded a video. I don't know what it was. Was it a vlog?
Was kind of,
was it like
I mean, they're all vlogs, but I was recording a video and we were talking actually about like, this is me, by the way, if you're watching the video right now of this podcast.
This is one of my favorite photos. No, not even one of. This is my favorite photo that I ever took of Alia. We were in Palm Springs, and I don't know if you really knew that I was taking that photo at that time.
I think somebody was like splashing water on me while I was in the pool.
Yeah, shout out to whoever did that because it really made the photo fire.
But we were on the video. We were like talking. I was showing the people. We were showing them like the prints because we just got these prints actually. So we were talking about like your favorite, and we were talking about like that main photo there. We created like a whole gallery wall in our apartment.
Yeah.
And in the video, we were walking through like certain pictures and like telling people what they were.
Oh boy.
But the thing is, I was trying to make sure that there was no glare from the windows on those pictures.
I wasn't
worrying about anything else.
Okay. Now listen.
Then when I was showing you the footage,
I wasn't prepared. I thought I was just good. And usually if I'm recording somebody, I would like make sure that they look good. So
I was making sure your photos look good.
Okay, I appreciate that. But on that day, how do I explain this? So I don't know what happened, first of all.
Yeah, because if anything, that Yoni's always got that lip chap.
Yeah, I always have to have, is it lip chap or chapstick?
I don't know, lip balm.
Yeah, lip balm. Okay.
Chapstick.
Yeah, exactly.
Lip chap is definitely not it.
And my lips were like so ashy, I feel like.
Yeah, they were pretty. But I didn't notice it until you pointed it out. Like, if you never pointed it out, I wouldn't have seen it.
And basically, they looked kind of like dry a little bit. And I was like, oh my God, can you not use that? And
but it was a whole chunk of the video.
And the funniest thing, too, I was like talking to the camera. Like, I was confident.
Yeah, as you should be. Like, fuck. You know how many times I've had some dry ass lips in my videos? I mean, dry to the point where, like, it looks like it's bleeding. Like, I have, like, a cut in my lip. You know how many times that's happened? And people are like, yo, somebody get this girl fucking lip balm.
I remember those comments. Now I remember. But
it's happened to all of us.
So I wasn't prepared. And then when I looked at the footage, I didn't even care about the photos. I didn't care about nothing else that was on the screen except how my lips were looking.
And like once you see it, you can't look away.
So whenever you see this video come out, oh wow, now it's gonna be a thing. Now,
I mean, not everybody that watches the videos listens to the pod, or you know.
Anyway, so she ended up using it because we couldn't take out like 10 minutes of the video.
And because I also wanted to keep that portion, like I wanted to show people like the photos.
Yeah.
You know,
so
it was a fun.
From that experience.
No, but you're always the thing is too is like it's so funny that this happened to you because Yoni's constantly putting on lip balm.
Yeah, if you know the reel that we made, it's so funny.
Oh yeah! Oh my God, that's so off-brand.
So off-brand.
Because we put out. If you want to check out What's the Juice Pod on Instagram, and follow our Instagram for the podcast. There's a reel.
You got to go to the reel section, and then after hearing me talk about how my lips were looking in Ali's video, just go to that reel and see what I did there. Because
it's so funny because you wouldn't expect after that reel that any of us would have. I mean, you would expect me to have.
Yeah, it was
my
funny.
lips are always fucked up all the time.
Yeah, but
I also want to say that we had because it was Yoni's birthday, we had a bottle of wine at dinner.
Yo, we finished the whole bottle.
And we go to this place where we get like, it's like a whole
red
deal.
Wine.
Yeah, we get a whole deal where you can get like a starter salad, a pizza,
By
and
the
a
way,
pasta, and a whole bottle of wine.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
Why are you looking at me like that?
What are you gonna say?
No, I'm just gonna say like, they brought out the salad like in 2 minutes.
I mean, salad. It doesn't take that long to make.
I feel like
Because like in a restaurant,
you don't bring out Caesar salad in like 30 seconds.
but they have the like all they already have the dressing made.
Okay.
So they just like take the leaves, put the dressing, stir it up, add croutons, ready to go. In a restaurant, it works differently than if you make it at home.
What was that restaurant we went to and I ordered Caesar salad and they gave me one big ass leaf. It was just one leaf.
It was like a wedge.
I was like, no, it was so weird. It might have been like two of them. And I was just like, yo, am I supposed to like cut it like a steak?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
I just wanted to mention that though, because I feel like my energy, or maybe if you're watching this video, my eyes are like kind of half closed.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's also
mine
because
too.
like, yeah, we did have a whole bottle of wine, red wine specifically, before we started recording this episode. And it's also midnight when we're recording this. So
The funny thing was, while we were eating, I was like, wait, who said it?
who said what?
I was like, should we record a podcast when we get home after
Oh,
this?
it's because we were like having
Halfway through the bottle. I was
halfway
like,
through the bottle.
what?
What'd you say? Halfway through the bottle.
Halfway through the bottle.
Yeah.
I think that's when the idea came out to like, we should record right after this.
Well, I think it's also because since we have a podcast and since we live together, we've talked about this many times, but we often like start talking about a specific topic or a specific thing, just, you know, talking like two people that share their life together.
Yeah.
And we would like figure out or feel like, oh, this is a great topic, and then like stop ourselves from talking.
Yeah.
Because we're like, we need to save this for the podcast. And then like one of us, sorry,
Oh, nice.
just burped. One of us writes it in their phone so we don't forget. And that's kind of, I mean, it's kind of hard because like most people that have a podcast together don't live together. And
So
if you don't live together,
you always have things to talk about if
Yeah.
you want to catch up. But if you live with someone,
you're constantly catching up.
if you sleep in the same bed with that person, it's like, what are you going to talk about?
Do you think that's ever going to get like in the middle of our relationship? It's like
What?
it gets to the point where we feel like we can't even talk about anything because we got to save it for the podcast. Nah, not really.
Just everything needs to be content. I don't know. I mean, I feel like if we just have to know, like,
We
kind of
have to
how,
know when to stop.
yeah, like that one day the guy was chasing me. The guy was, yo, your face right now. The guy that chased me.
Who chased you?
You don't remember?
No, the guy who
random-
followed you.
Yeah.
Okay, you said chase. I'm thinking you running. The guy who followed you. Yeah.
You know, so when I got home that night, I was like, you would not believe what just happened to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember. And then you
Right.
were like, but actually, I'm going to talk about it on the podcast.
I have to tell you that on the
Because
podcast.
that way it can be like the most honest reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to get a new one of these.
Yeah, we got to get a new one. This is like some Amazon shit.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Okay.
Sorry,
so,
guys. We had a serious technical difficulty. And
you know, it's just what's going to happen for a little bit while we figure out. We've been trying to like get the video and podcast like mix, mash, whatever. Get it perfect.
We've been recording for 20 minutes.
For the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, for the last 20 minutes. And the camera does this thing where it's like, it shuts off after 30 minutes.
It stops recording after 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they do that. Maybe it's
Because the file size is going to be too big for one thing if it records for more than 30 minutes. I don't know. But either way,
we didn't know. I mean, we didn't pay it. We just forgot about it.
we were just talking. And I'm so mad right now because we talked about, I don't remember what we talked about the last 20 minutes.
I mean,
but
it was
some
just
good
all
shit.
it was all the birthday stuff, which will not be on YouTube. So
if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to hear the whole version of the episode, you got to like go listen on Spotify.
yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
We're going to figure it out, you know?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. This is like a classic.
Like
first-
starter.
Yeah.
But speaking of like speaking of all the winter feelings and all that, I think that there's a lot of people that are talking about, you know, winter blues and seasonal depression and all that. And I kind of want to touch on that a little bit because I feel like if you're somebody that's feeling this type of way about just winter, about the days getting shorter, they're like the most short they can be right now. And you know, it's just like you don't have a lot of daylight, and at 4 you kind of feel like the day's over, even though there's actually so much of the day left, but it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, it feels like it's time to go to bed. Like as soon as it's dark, to me it's like, okay, the day's over. Yeah. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do shit.
Yeah, and I think that the way to feel the best you can during this time is to just lean into that. It's just to be like, accept the fact that, okay, yeah, the day is shorter. The night is very long. It's cold out. Most of the people don't want to go outside or do any type of activity outside. And that's fine. You have to just accept the fact that you can't change any of that. So what are you going to do? Constantly every day wake up and be like, oh, it sucks. And I just want it to be nice and sunny out and like be able to like hang out with people. And I hate how it's so cold. And I just like wish it was more daytime and longer days. It's like you can't do anything about it. You can't do shit about it. So how about you just get in your cozy vibes. You get in your cozy era. You have your tea. You have your cookies. You have your stews. You have your soups. You have your sweats and your Uggs. Speaking of Ugg boots, Yoni hates Ugg boots, and I'm wearing them right now.
Ugg boots so much.
Why do you hate Ugg boots so much?
I don't know. Like, my sister gets them all the time, and I just think they're...
I mean, how many times can you get Ugg boots? I feel like you get them one time and you have them.
Yeah, no, but like, I just remember her having like multiple pair. And
Ugg boots had their moment in like 2010.
Oh, yeah.
2010
that was a
to
nasty
2012, 13. And then after that, they kind of went out of style. And then now they're having a comeback because they're having like the Ugg boots had a whole like rebrand.
Okay, this is not an Ugg ad. Okay, this is not sponsored by Uggs. Yeah, okay,
obviously.
But yeah, so what were you saying about the holiday?
I'm saying like if you're somebody that struggles with like the winter blues and you know seasonal low moods and all that type of stuff, I think like for me what works is to just like lean into it instead of just like trying to fight against it and or feeling like every day you wake up and you're like, oh, I just wish it wasn't this way. It's like there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. Just like pick your fights. You know, or pick your battles, not pick your fights.
I mean, it's the same
pick your battles,
shit.
Yeah, and just like just lean into the cozy stuff. It's like read a book, be at home,
you know,
light up candles, make cookies, and while you're making cookies, you're putting on your favorite TV shows, and it's just like just live in that. In the summertime, don't do that shit. In the summertime, go outside, thrive, drink that margarita.
I thought you were gonna say go outside, twerk.
So, I mean, hey, do all the things you want to do in the summertime. I'm just saying that, like in the wintertime, it's okay to do the little hibernation thing. It's okay to be a more of a homebody than in the summer. It's okay.
Yeah,
and just do that because you don't have no way around it. It's cold outside, it's dark outside. It is what it is.
Yeah, I think for me in the wintertime. And I said this many times, and you know, I feel like you know exactly what I'm about to say, is that I just get really focused in the wintertime.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Because you can't really hang out with people that much because it's cold out.
No, but I feel like even when it's just like gloomy outside, I just want to like focus on like photo editing or like, you know, building my website, doing something.
That's productive.
Yeah, that's productive. I wish I could say, I just want to read a book more. I'm not a huge...
You did just buy a book recently that you wanted to read.
I wrote... Wait, what was that book called again?
It's actually right there. It's called The Babysitter.
Oh, this book called The Babysitter, okay?
You haven't read it yet.
I haven't read it yet. I don't know if it's good.
I swear it's like the first book that I've actually seen Yoni pick up and like bought that he wants to read. Or that just isn't a photo book.
Or just like be interested in it.
Yeah.
Yo, the cover... is like crazy. There's like this little girl on the trampoline, or like what do you call those things that you like jump in the water, like a dive
board.
Yeah, so she's on that,
And then there's like this guy. Yeah, it's like it's one of those like
and it's a real
on
story.
Netflix, it's one of those like
Yeah.
true crime books.
And it's a real story. Basically, this guy was a babysitter, and that little girl, I think she might have been like 8 years old. Mm-hmm. She loved that babysitter. They were like best friends.
Okay.
But he's literally a serial
I
killer.
love how you're talking about this like you read the book.
No, I just read the back.
Does that count as just reading the whole book?
And years later, and it was a whole thing, I think like in the 60s.
Yeah.
And he got away with murder for like 40 years, I think. It's crazy. And just recently, I think, maybe I'm wrong, but just recently, the mom of the girl, right?
Yeah.
Found out that this mystery killer was the babysitter.
So it's like
years
she
ago.
knew about just the story of that killer,
Yeah.
but she didn't realize that killer used to be the babysitter for kids.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's fucking wild. But anyways, I haven't read it yet. If you want to get that book, you will probably read it before me. So
Yeah. But also speaking of winter, we got our first Christmas tree. I got my first Christmas tree of like just adulthood. I grew up with Christmas, even though I'm not religious at all, and I didn't grow up religious. But we still like celebrated Christmas. It was more of just like a childhood thing that you had like Santa coming and the gifts and all that. And I cannot wait. Like Christmas for me was like some of the best memories I had in my life.
okay,
Like,
before you continue,
can I just tell you?
Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
what?
No, I just want to say I don't think we should have got a real treat.
Okay, we'll get into that in a second. But I just wanted to say that some of the best childhood memories I have are anything around Christmas. Because as a kid, I would get so like my parents did such a good. Oh, I'm sure nobody that still believes in Santa listens to the podcast.
Oh.
I was gonna say, oh, sorry if I spoil anything,
Oh my god! Imagine if there's like baby listening.
or like a 10-year-old or something.
Yeah.
But I
Yo,
used.
that'd be crazy. Imagine
Yo, if you're 10, you should not listen to this.
Yeah, you should not listen to this podcast.
But I just remember like as a 10-year-old or something like that, I would like my parents did such a good job at just like doing that shit for me for real. I would literally cry my eyes out when Santa's presents were under the tree. Like when Santa was there and the gifts were under the tree, I would literally start crying because I would be so happy and excited.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like, why wouldn't you not want to give that type of
Yo,
joy to your
why
child?
are you yelling right now?
I don't know. Sorry, I'm like very passionate about Christmas.
Yeah,
Just from like that standpoint,
Yeah.
like that's it.
Yeah.
But
Christmas is fun.
you grew up Jewish, so
Yeah, I grew up Jewish, so I guess like Christmas is not really I never celebrated like.
it just wasn't a thing.
Yeah, it wasn't. I guess we did celebrate it, but it wasn't. I don't know. Like I think Christmas is fun because it's such a like.
It's a whole thing. There's like
Yeah.
many layers
No,
to it.
I only liked Christmas because we were getting gifts.
I mean, yeah, that's the only thing about it, really.
Yeah, like.
But you also have like it's like the cuteness of it too. It's like you have the lights,
Yes.
you have like the little things, you have the cookies, you have the food,
Yes.
you have the hot chocolate.
Right, but as a kid, I just cared about what's under that tree.
Yeah, and that's a big part of it.
That's it.
And the whole aspect of like of Santa that's like a secret and like you don't really
yeah.
ever see him, but
I
you
totally
know he's
believed in
there.
it. I totally believed in it.
Oh, I know. I used to literally watch the online Santa thing. Remember there was like an online thing
What?
that you can see where Santa is on the globe.
Oh
You
my
never followed that?
Hell no.
Stop. You never followed the Santa online thing?
Hell no.
There was like an online website that
Yo.
you would refresh and it would show Santa's sleigh with the fucking what are
Okay,
they
okay.
called?
It is. I think our neighbors can hear us.
It's fine.
I just want to say that.
It's okay.
But I was never on that website.
Yo, I was on that website like every year. I mean, not every year because the internet didn't start until I was.
Yeah. Anyways, we're not going to
Whatever.
do math for that until I was 13.
But speaking of trees, right? So we got a real tree.
I didn't care. We can get a fake tree.
Okay, but did you have Christmas trees though?
Yeah.
So wait, so you had Christmas trees, but you also had like Hanukkah. So you did both?
Yeah. Yeah.
What was I under the impression that you just never had a Christmas tree?
No, I guess we did. In Belgium we had to. I only started celebrating Christmas
when you were in Belgium.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, but I think for me, I never really care about if we like get a real tree, like a fake tree.
I didn't. All my life, we had a fake tree.
And you wanted to get a real tree this time so bad.
The reason why I wanted to get a
and
real
I was
tree.
like, what's the point of a real Christmas tree? You can get a fake tree, you'll be all right.
Can I just explain to you?
Okay, go ahead.
The reason why we got a real Christmas tree rather than a fake Christmas tree is, first of all, the smell of it is nice. It smells nice. It doesn't smell nice anymore.
The first day we got that tree. Oh, by the way, we got to water that shit.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. It's not getting dry though, so it's all good. It's very beautiful. But
it's very beautiful.
But the reason we got a real tree rather than a fake Christmas tree is because I'm thinking, you get a fake Christmas tree. What is that made out of? Plastic. Okay, cool. You get one, and the idea is like you get it and you have it for years to come. Okay, cool. However, we're not planning on being in Seattle for much longer, right? So why would we get a fake Christmas tree that we're gonna get rid of after this Christmas? What's the point of that? So that's why I was like, let's get a real tree, since we will like not carry the fake tree with us. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
we can take it to our new home.
That's like not a priority. I'd much rather take like our couch or something.
Yeah.
Or this table rather than like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And it's just also the trees. I think like people believe that the trees that are cut down for Christmas are trees that are like just in the forest naturally growing. However, these trees are actually planted for this purpose.
How do you know that?
Ask any Christmas tree farmer. Ask them.
Really?
These trees are grown specifically for Christmas trees.
I think that makes sense. I don't think somebody just went out to the forest.
There's
and like
Christmas tree farms where they specifically grow that.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, so are we getting each other gifts for Christmas? Like, do you want to do?
Well, we're doing Secret Santa with like my family, which will be fun.
So do you want to explain what Secret Santa is?
Yeah, if you don't know what Secret Santa is, you basically, in whatever group you're in, if it's your family or your friends or whatever, you all like write your names on a piece of paper and then you fold it and you put in a hat or something like that, or bowl, and then you go around and everybody chooses a name out of the bowl, and if it's your name, your own name, you obviously put it back, but if it's not your name, you keep it, and whatever name you get out of that bowl, that's who you're going to get a Christmas gift for. But you can't tell anyone who you're getting the gift for. And when Christmas comes around and everyone puts the gifts under the tree, when the respective person opens their gift, they have to also guess who got that gift for them. So who their Secret Santa is. So it's a whole thing. It's really fun. It's also a great way to like only have to buy one gift rather than have to buy a gift for every single person.
I would hate that. Like 5-10 gifts.
Well, that's
for
what
everyone.
we've been doing. And we were like, yo, this is kind of a lot. So we all just have to buy one gift, and also each person also gets one gift.
Do you think it's weird to ask someone what they want for Christmas? Because
you've been asking me that, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't want anything.
If I'm gonna spend some money and buy someone a gift for Christmas,
you better
I would like to really nail it and get you what you want, instead of like, hey, this is what I got you and you have to like it. You know, and then it's just like, oh, let's say I get you like, I don't know, a basketball, right? You don't play basketball.
Why would you give me a basketball?
I don't know, something. Okay, let's say I get you like a hairbrush.
Okay. I mean, that's cool. Is it at least like some type of special hairbrush?
No, it's just a regular hairbrush, right?
That's a really bad gift.
See, but that's the thing. It's never a bad gift. A gift is a gift.
I will agree to disagree.
Some people don't get gifts. Yeah, there you go. Yep.
I feel like it's also getting so late right now.
Yeah.
Or I'm kind of getting a little bit sleepy.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah. My energy is
so I think
getting low.
Yeah. What? Okay.
Wait, hold on. But I did want to talk about
the new SZA album.
Yes. Okay. I think we need to talk about the SZA album that just came out.
I don't have a lot to say about the new album. Like, it's great. It's good. My favorite song on there is Love Language. Yo, Love Language by SZA.
It's so funny because
it's like my favorite song right now.
I don't even think it's that good.
No, if you're listening to this or if you're watching this on YouTube, please stop this video right now. Okay? Just stop everything. And go to your search, wherever you listen to music, and type in SZA. It's SZA. And then the name of the song is Love Language.
Why was that taking so long for you to say?
I don't know. It's getting late right now.
Yeah, it's about to be 1 a.m.
But yeah, so anyway, go listen to that.
Okay, well, I'm going to say that this album is great. I love this album. It's a bop. It's a bop. I will put it on.
Do people still say that?
Play that shit. I will be like,
Oh my God. We're gonna have to edit that out, okay?
Just blur out everything.
Yeah. Just blur the whole
Just do a whole like pixelated. No, but I love the album. I think it's great. I love the cover art. And some of my favorite songs on it are actually, it's so funny. It's like the songs that I like. We were listening to it in the car, and one of the songs that I like came on, and then you're like, oh, fuck, I hate this song.
Really?
So funny. Yeah, so I love Blind.
Wait, what song was it? Did I say that?
Yeah, you said that.
You didn't say anything about it though.
No, I didn't say anything.
Really?
Because I was trying to save it for the podcast. But I love the song Blind. I love the song Gone Girl. And I also love the very last song. I forget what it's called.
I feel like Gone Girl is such like a Rihanna title for a song.
Gone Girl? Yeah. So those are my favorites. I'm sure that there's like some other ones that I like. Oh, there's one with like Silence. Or actually, no, I think that's on the Drake album. On the Drake album, if you haven't listened to, which I'm like, why have you not? Have we talked about the Drake album?
Drake and 21 Savage?
Yeah. I don't know if we did. Did that come out while we were out?
I think we talked about Honestly Nevermind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her Loss, though, Drake, if you haven't listened to it yet, you definitely should.
I thought you was about to say Drake, if you listen to this. It's like, what?
Just know that we love your album and all your music. But on that, I really, really, really love
21. Can you do something for me?
There's too many reels with that.
Yeah.
I'm like over it at this point. It's so funny. It's like people keep making those reels. And somehow they just keep getting popular. And I'm like...
Have you seen those reels where Drake is like a fake Drake cartoon?
It's like full on Drake is like thick.
Yeah, it's like twerking, and then 21 is just like looking at him like, yo, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Yeah. But anyway, it's so matches. Like, I could totally see Drake just doing that.
Yeah, and he reposted a lot of them.
Yeah. But no, I was going to say that one of my favorite songs on there is, I think it's like Hours of Silence or like something silence. I'm really bad with remembering the name of songs.
You are bad with remembering titles, and you cannot remember a song like lyrics.
I don't think I deserve to be put on blast like that.
I think
honestly though, I must say, like, if you want to do karaoke with me, I'm not your gal. There's something about singing and following lyrics that gives me so much anxiety that
do you think I can sing?
I think that
she told me the other day, I don't think you can sing, but I also don't think you're like bad at it.
Okay, because I think if someone says like I can sing, that means like you sound good. Like you sound like...
I think I sound good.
I don't think you sound good. I think you like sound fine.
You don't think I sound good?
I wouldn't say like oh yeah, Yoni's a good singer. I would say like you just sing, but that doesn't mean you're good.
You don't think I'm a good singer?
No. You consider yourself a good singer. To me, a good singer is someone who is like...
No. You haven't seen me like maybe you... I gotta like sing the songs that I really know how to sing. Right now. I gotta... No, not right now.
Oh my God, no.
Okay, we'll get back to that.
Okay, also last night we watched...
Oh my God, are we done yet?
What?
No, I'm just kidding. Last night what?
Are you done?
I mean, shit, it's like...
Yeah, it's kind of late.
It's like 2 a.m. right now.
It's fine. You love exaggerating. It's not even... It's...
It reminds me what my mom used to do when she would like wake us up in the morning to go to school. Let's say we had to leave at 7 a.m.
I think I'm going to do that with our kids though.
Let's say we have to wake up at 7 a.m. she would come in the room at like 6.
Okay, that's dramatic.
No.
She would come in the room at like what, 6:45 and she'd say it's 7.
No, she would come in at 6 and be like, it's 6:40. You better get up right now.
Yeah, moms do be doing that. Do be doing that.
Yeah. What were you saying?
I was going to say
about?
last night we watched a couple movies.
Oh, yo, shout out to Emily. If your name is Emily, you need to watch this movie
called Emily the Criminal
and become her.
Okay. Emily in the Emily the Criminal is a badass.
Yo, something about that movie just made me. You ever had one of those days when you have that energy where it's like if somebody tries to like just like
fuck with you,
yeah, you gonna tell them what's up.
Yeah.
So watching that movie really made me just feel like, yo, I need to step my game up. I need to be more like her because she gets shit done.
Yeah.
What she did was fucked up, but spoiler. Actually, we're not gonna talk about it.
Why would we bring it up and not talk about it?
Because what if someone wants to watch?
I mean, we could talk about it slightly. Like, also, I don't know what the spoiler would be because I feel like there's a lot that happened in the movie.
You don't remember what she did?
No, I remember what she did.
Okay, so
I feel like that's not the spoiler though. But basically, the movie follows like this girl who she has like a criminal record, but she also has a lot of like student debt because she went to college, but then she like had some type of record with like assault and a DUI and all that. So she couldn't get a job. Like it was very hard for her to get a job because of her criminal record. But then she also had like $70,000 in student debt, and she felt like she just couldn't move in any direction. And I think that's like a good kind of, it touches on a lot of things that like many people are dealing with in terms of like student debt, not being able to get a job, depending on several reasons, or like having some type of criminal record for like making a stupid decision at one point or a mistake or something like that, or being in a bad situation. And now you just can't do shit because of it. And it doesn't matter of your circumstance. It's just like you have a record. It is what it is.
Yeah. And you have to get a real good lawyer to get that shit off your record. And most likely you can't.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some lawyers who specialize in getting shit off your record.
But like sometimes it's also about circumstance. That's the problem. It's like you might have a record, but circumstance is not like taken into consideration. Yeah. Anyways, and in the movie, it's basically her trying to figure out like ways to make more money to pay off her debt. And she ends up doing a lot of illegal shit. And it's funny because it's like the irony of like she can't get a regular, secure 9-to-5 job because she has a criminal record. So to pay off her debt, she does more criminal, incriminating things.
That was always a word I couldn't say.
Incriminating?
Just criminal.
Just criminal. Yeah. But we love that movie, especially just because Emily was a badass. And also the actress is really good. She's also in White Lotus, if you've watched that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about White Lotus, but maybe like in another episode.
I don't even know what that means. So
what do you mean what that means? It's a show.
Oh.
Also, Yoni's just not into shows. Like, he just can't commit to watching a show.
If there's a show on Netflix, Alia probably watched it.
Yeah. I probably watched it.
And then also, I talked about The Swimmers a lot.
Oh, The Swimmers. I kind of like a quarter watched that.
You didn't really watch it, but I'm telling you, if you're watching this, I feel like every episode I want to do like a segment where we just talk about like
recommending like things,
juicy recommendations, we can call it that.
I don't know, we'll work on the on the brand name.
The brand name. But anyway, so the swimmers. Yeah, basically it's two sisters from Syria.
Yeah.
And they wanted to become professional swimmers and, you know, swim in the Olympics and stuff like that. And obviously in I think like in Syria there was some war going on, you know, and it wasn't really the proper place for them to like train safely. Yeah. So they wanted to go to Germany and like, you know, train there and then eventually swim in the 2016 Olympics.
And it's a true story, by the way.
It's a true story.
Yeah.
So basically, it's so hard to like talk about the story without spoiling anything.
Yeah, I think you should just watch it.
Yeah, you should watch it. And I still want Ellie to watch the full thing.
But I feel like I've already watched it because I was kind of watching it beside you, and at certain times I would be like watching it even though I couldn't hear. You were watching it like next to me.
You're missing it.
Yeah. But I already know what happened, so I feel like yeah. The same way that like if you already watched a movie, why would you read the book? Even though they're like very different.
Oh, I'm sure there's someone who can like really disagree with you on that.
No. I disagree with that.
Oh, okay.
But
So
what I'm saying is like
that?
once you know what happens in the story, it makes it harder for you to want to like consume it in like a book form or just like watch it again, even if you like maybe kind of watched it.
Yeah.
We also watched okay. I just want to say that I love any type of movies that have to do with cooking or chefs or restaurants or anything like that. I love. Like, it's just, I don't know what it is about that world that I find so fascinating, and I just love watching. It's like a ballet, flavors, chopping, stirring, like, oh, I don't know. There's so much beauty in just like cooking.
Yeah.
And I also just love eating, and I love tasting, and it's like my shit.
Yeah.
And we watched Burnt last night also.
She made me watch it.
I watched it before, but I couldn't really remember exactly what happened. I watched it a while ago. But it's with Bradley Cooper and like a bunch of other people.
Yo, that movie was so fucking good.
And it was good, right?
It was so good. But I have one question that I don't understand.
It was so funny because Yoni kept asking questions during the movie because he was like, what the fuck is Michelin? So let's talk about it.
So what do you have to do to gain a Michelin star?
So
1 second.
Oh, I thought that was a question.
I always hear about this shit.
Yeah.
3 stars. Can you get more than 3 stars?
No, it's 1, 2, or 3.
Okay.
If someone says like 5 Michelin stars, I don't think that exists.
Like, okay, you're a chef, and let's say you're really good at cooking. Like, I actually don't know anything.
It's so funny because like it's so not like you're just good at cooking. You know?
Okay.
It's not about being good at cooking. It's about
I really don't know what someone has to do to gain a Michelin star.
I mean, it's also, I don't want to, like, I don't know everything about it, but I just know that, like, to put into perspective,
okay, so tell me
like
what you know about
having a Michelin star is like, I don't know if it's like on the level of like winning an Oscar or a Grammy or like maybe like a Nobel Prize. I don't know if that's like too far. But it's like those types of awards or like that type of ranking or something like that for.
But why can you only get 3? Like, what if you stay?
That's just the math.
Do you enter some type of
like
contest?
I don't know. I don't know like the details like that. I just know that the Michelin thing is like, I don't know if it's an organization or something, but somehow it became a thing. And then they go to new restaurants and they try them out, and they have like people that for some reason they decide whether or not this is a 1 Michelin, 2, 3 or none or whatever. It's a whole thing. It's a huge thing, like in the restaurant world.
Yeah.
And
yeah, the movie was pretty good. I kind of want to watch that shit again because
it was funny. Your reactions were the funniest part.
If kitchens are really like that,
yeah, because in the movie it's very much about like there was like it was the scene where Bradley Cooper, who was like the chef de cuisine in the restaurant, is basically
chef de cuisine.
It's basically like the guy. He's like the orchestra conductor.
Yes,
it's like he's the one that comes up with the menu and like all this stuff, and he comes up with the recipes, but he's also the one that he's like, he calls out all of the orders that come in, and then everybody in the kitchen is like prepping it and getting it all ready, and then he's the one that finishes plating it and makes sure, double checks everything is cooked to perfection and the presentation is all good. So he's like the conductor of the whole thing. But there's a scene like kind of not super early in the movie, but like kind of like mid halfway, where he goes off on like everyone, starts like everything is wrong, everything is fucked up. I'm pretty sure it's like the first night he opened like his new restaurant, and he like throws everything like to the walls, and everything's just messed up, and he's like having a breakdown, and it's crazy. And then he starts like yelling at one of the cooks.
Yeah, you should watch it.
Yeah,
just watch it because
it's hard. But also I feel like people have seen what like those types of scenes, because it's not the only movie that this type of like chef restaurant, high-end restaurant scene has played out. Yeah, but to answer your question, I've never been in that type of restaurant.
You answered my question already, I think.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I think that it is a fair like perception, or I guess like representation of what it's like.
Yeah,
it might be like exaggerated. I think there are some YouTube like real chef reacts to this movie scene from, you know, or like restaurant movie scenes. I love watching those videos. Or like astronaut reacts.
That's how do we get there?
No, it's like those YouTube videos where they're like astronaut or like doctor reacts to Grey's Anatomy surgery scenes. You know, it's like I love those videos.
Yeah.
Anyways,
are we wrapping it up?
Yeah, I think it's time for us to wrap it up because tomorrow is Monday.
Right now, it's already Monday. Actually.
It's already Monday. I'm very frustrated that that whole chunk of the episode got cut out.
You know, it is what it is. I'm frustrated too. It's our first video, and let's just hope this is just even good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, just watch. It's like something is even more messed up.
Yeah.
It's just, it's hard because it's just the two of us doing all of this.
Like usually if we had another person like behind the camera making sure that like the levels are right or
the camera's good.
The camera's recording.
The audio's good.
Yeah, we wouldn't have this problem. But it's still a team of two. Maybe one day we'll like hire someone to the What's the Juice team. And
yeah. I mean, hey, guys, we have big plans for What's the Juice.
Yo, our plans are low-key crazy. We talked about it over dinner tonight, and I was like...
We talk about it like every day.
Yeah, but that's the good thing.
Because we're obsessed.
Yo, I don't think I've ever, to be honest, okay? I don't think I've ever been excited about something that I'm doing more than this podcast lately.
Yeah.
I feel like it took me a really long time to say that because at the same time, I was thinking about photography. But it's a different response. It's because the turnaround for like a podcast like this, since it lives strictly on the internet and it's so dependent on like other people, and it's just different the way that it interacts with like the feedback loop is like smaller. Yeah.
Rather than something like photography, you know. But I think we're super excited just because the podcast finally feels like what it should have felt. But I think
it feels like a brand.
At the beginning, we just didn't know who we were. We didn't know what this was going to become. We also were starting out, so we had no idea whether or not people were going to listen. And after the year we've had, even though we didn't even post as many episodes as we like meant to, we still had such a great year, and it's all because of you guys listening and supporting. And we just want to like finish 2022 with like the same, and I keep hitting the mic, the same energy and the same like community, and I just love this shit.
No, it feels good, and especially it's like if it wasn't for the listeners, if it wasn't, like I said before, when we did that joke on the last episode, we dragged it for way too long. People got on us. There was like, yo, I literally stopped my workout because I thought you guys were stopping the podcast. Or if someone was like,
we love some drama.
Yeah, and I don't know, I think it was a funny joke, but we didn't realize at the time how many people actually
cared that much.
Because, you know, we see the numbers, but it's never really real until someone tells you exactly like what a certain episode did to them.
Or like how much how much time it's like it's part of their regular routine that just listen to the podcast.
Like the what is it called? The Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah.
People had like 2,000 minutes or 3,000 minutes of listening to this podcast.
And actually, I want to say that none of us post. I don't know when we're gonna post this video. By the time we actually end up like editing it and all that, but I did want to say that I want to post the Spotify Wrapped. I haven't posted it yet. It might be posted by the time we post this video.
It will be.
Yeah, but either way, we
couldn't believe it.
We couldn't believe how much we accomplished with the podcast. And especially the fact that we were ranked number, I don't want to say the wrong number, but I don't know exactly what it is.
I think
it was like 184, 86, or 82.
185, 185th place worldwide on the podcast charts.
We were
top
placed
200
there for 3 days straight.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, oh, like
Wait,
183.
Let's say that again, right? So Spotify makes a chart of top 200 podcasts in the world, worldwide.
Yeah, and it keeps updating that chart like every day, like all the time.
You know, so Pillow Talk Podcast was ranked 185th place. And listening to this, you might think, damn, 185, that's like, but just put it into perspective how many podcasts there are like in the world.
Yeah, didn't you say there's like 10,000 new podcasts every day?
I read that stat somewhere.
Like new, yeah. Something like that.
Was it every day or every week? But it's thousands every day.
Yeah.
So,
which is crazy.
Yeah. When I first read the number 185, I was like, damn. I mean, we made it.
Because I was like, oh, like give me like 100, like 80, whatever. Like it's like when you think like 185, you're thinking like it almost didn't make it. But at the same time, I'm like, but we did for like 3 days. Like I'll take the win. You know?
Well, are you kidding me? We have to. That's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
Huge accomplishment.
A compliment.
Yeah, it's both.
And we couldn't do that without any of you guys that are listening. Like it's all because of you, and it's all because you want to spend time with us and listen to the pod and grow with us and go through our little life experiences and like things we're going through and talking about. So we did this shit together, y'all.
Yeah, and the podcast literally started of just how we're sitting like this.
Yeah, except no camera and no like technical difficulties, like missing a hole.
I'm so mad we missed that 20
I feel like that was such a good 20 minutes. Like I don't remember what we talked about.
I think we talked about like...
It was like the birthday and some other thing.
The birthday and I don't know. But anyways, we're going to wrap it up.
Because we got to go to bed because tomorrow we both got jobs we got to go to.
Yes. So thanks for being on this journey.
We are excited.
See, we gotta get back into like our like our outros. Okay, I want to do my shout out.
We also never got good at outros.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every outro was me just saying, shout out to your dog if you're listening, and send us like photos. I haven't got like a photo in a long time.
Well, it's because like we haven't put out an episode. So who's gonna listen to anything? Oh my god, it's gonna be so fun when we see people posting. But it's the What's the Juice cover.
Oh.
Rather than the pink shit. I'm so over the pink shit.
Yeah. People love the branding.
I love the branding myself. Like, I mean, it just, I feel I am it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel connected to it. Like the other stuff was so like, let's just do something and see if it works.
It was very random.
Yeah, very, very random.
Yeah. Shout out to our designer, Sarah. She killed it.
Yeah.
We love her, and you know, we have a lot on the way.
Yeah, stay tuned for all the things coming. Not to be that person, but like I'm going to be that person because it doesn't just stop here, guys.
Not to be that person, but I'm going to be that person.
No, because it does not stop at just the rebrand or a new name or a new artwork. It doesn't stop there, guys. There's more stuff coming on the way. So stay tuned.
Yeah, can we not just put too much pressure on ourselves? Like, let's just get this shit out.
Yeah, but I also love getting people hyped.
Yeah, I know. Same.
You know.
Anyways, we're going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you. Shout out to your dog. Please give him a shout out, okay? Oh, actually, I want to give a shout out to a special dog. I'm sorry.
Who's a special dog?
There is, this girl made an account. And it's funny because I forgot her name, but I remember her dog's name.
What's the dog's name?
So I want to give a special shout out to Murphy.
Wow, that's such a dog name. I love it.
And I'll show you the dog. They made like an Instagram account.
Oh, for the dog.
For the dog.
People love to do that.
You know, but hers is like, the dog is so cute.
Oh wait, wasn't it like was it the dog that said like
listening to the podcast. I forgot.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, there was one dog that it was like, oh, like mommy and daddy got a Christmas tree. I feel
What?
just ignore me completely. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Maybe that might be it. But anyways, Murphy, if you're listening, shout out to you. You are
Murphy, that's so cute.
I know, so cute. And yeah, so shout out to your dog and shout out to everybody else's dog. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just remember that account and that name.
Was it like a fluffy white dog or something?
No, it was like brownish, goldish,
Golden
brown.
retriever.
I don't know the names of. I don't know breeds.
I don't really know shit about dogs.
Anyways, shout out to your dog.
Anyways.
And yeah, we gonna work on our outros again.
Yeah, you know how it is.
But every outro will pretty much be the same. Shout out to your dog. And also, people been asking for shout out to your dog merch, which, by the way,
insert those eyes emojis.
Yeah. What?
Those eyes emojis.
Okay, we're getting tired. We got to get out of here.
Yeah. We just appreciate y'all very much, and we're so excited to be back in the business. Regular operating hours.
Yeah.
Dropping new videos / episodes every Wednesday in your phone, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts,
and YouTube,
and Instagram Reels, and all the YouTube. And all the internet.
What's happening to you right now?
I'm having like a short circuit.
Yeah. If you're watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And yeah,
all that internet stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what people say on YouTube. You don't even do that on your YouTube.
I don't do that on YouTube. But either way,
we
appreciate all the love and support. And now we need to rest up, y'all, because we got to also edit this whole episode. So,
all right. Good night.
Bye.